Tyrone,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing?
I'm good. Hi. Uh,
Welcome to Kusama Demo Day.
right. Glad to be here.
Exciting. Well, I'm excited to talk, to hear a little bit about Bifrost and Bifi and what your team's been working on. We do have the audience here now. I will hand you
Hi, sure.
the stage, and if there's any questions, I'll gather up some good info for the end. But until then, the stage is yours.
Right, sure. So we are live now, right?
Yes.
All right. So very glad to be here, and I'm very nice to see you guys. And hello, guys. I'm Tyrone from Bifrost, and I'm Bifrost product manager. And today I'm be here to share with you some, uh, the newest news about Bifrost and what we are actually developing now, and about the host mentioned about the auditing things, and we are underlying doing that. So let's get started. And firstly, today topic is that Kusama Demo Day. So mainly we will focus on the actually the Bifrost product, and I will share some demo with you and to explain you what is Bifrost product. So right, let's get started. And I'll share my screen and share with my presentation. Right. Right. So today I'm going to talk about the the SALP protocol. Yeah, and the SALP protocol is that Bifrost created for the the parachain auction, and sorry, share for the parachain auction, and as a contributor, you can contribute Kusama to any parachain you like, and you will get the derivative from Bifrost side. And you can do that with the liquidity by using the derivatives. So the SLP name is Slot Auction Liquidity Protocol. And first, let us have a brief introduction about Bifrost. So Bifrost is software-based DeFi protocol that provides liquidity for pledged assets, such as staking derivatives in different post chains, and to achieve that the value aggregation among the different ecosystem on Polkadot. Yeah, and we've launched the derivative V token for staking and Polkadot parachain slot auction, which is this SLP liquidity protocol. In addition, Bifrost has been awarded Web3 Foundation grant on the development of the US bridge, and we are also an early member of Web3 Bootcamp and Software Builders Program. The chart here is the ecosystem chart, and in the middle side is Bifrost, and we connect with the outside and the internal side with the Polkadot ecosystem to some different DeFi applications, and as the scenario for DeFi liquidity scenarios. So let's take into the Bifrost SLP. The SLP actually intended from Crowdloan. Recently, community and projects are all expecting the launching of the second batch of actually is on air now, right? The first auction is going to be done, and the second one will be released at the 8th of September, and we are actually exciting who is the winner for the second batch of it. So Crowdloan actually is a very smart design, and Bifrost expect that the Crowdloan describe that many DOT holders may want different utility options than staking can provide. So it's natural that DOT holders will want to loan their DOT to projects who require DOT for a bond in exchange for some consideration. So in this sentence is from the article of Polkadot, and we can capture two main points from it. The first one is which can help projects get supported from the community. So the other one is more utility options than staking. So these two utility are the utility of the DOT and Kusama currently, but Crowdloan provide another one beside the staking, right? And we can say that the brilliant design of Crowdloan is that it can easily connect different characters, project building, Crowdloan, and they can win the auction. They can connect users, projects, and the ecosystem among them. If we take a look on this triangle, we can see, the healthy circle based on the Crowdloan promotion, because it's not, it's not easy for projects to get parachain by themselves. So Crowdloan is the core to push projects accumulate their intrinsic value at the beginning, to attract funding for the Crowdloan in the future after a long journey. So they need to accumulate their and share with community what they are doing, and community can see it. They will contribute for the project, and they can get the result from it. So for participants, they will decide whether they will loan their DOT or not. So it depends on the game of they might get potentially high reward than staking from parachain who might win the auction, or they have to face the the bombing market during the bonding period. So that's actually a trade-off for contributors. Moreover, they will consider about the long-term development of the project, or maybe the project may not doing well as they expected during the latest period. So in conclusion, these uncertain factors are coming from they cannot move their underlying assets during the bonding period, which means the Kusama you contributed cannot be moved during the 48 weeks. So let's have a brainstorming about what if the bonding with liquidity, which means you contributors can transfer their parachain bonding as a derivative token at any time. That scenario, under that scenario, there actually has an enhanced circle for the different characters. For participants, they might get they manage their risk performance during the bonding period, and they will be able to get the parachain Crowdloan reward that they might miss the Crowdloan. So for projects, they will have actually the more competitive environment during the auction, and which might bring them the creative applications compound with derivatives. And with the community supported, the ecosystem will be actually mold over the utilities of the DOT and Kusama derivative market, and stimulate the competition between projects, and accumulate more value for the ecology. So that's the result of the enhanced value of the whole liquidity Crowdloan. So actually, SALP is trying to solve the problem of the the bounding cost. So SALP name is Slot Auction Liquidity Protocol, and launched to release participants parachain bounding in Crowdloan by generating derivatives. And let's quick understand how it works. Actually, this protocol separate your underlying Kusama to two tokens. The one is named VS token, and the other one is VS bound. So let's take first look into the to build the VS token is to build an aggregative derivative market for all parachain boundings with high liquidity. And the VS token is on this side for Kusama, that is VS Kusama, and which represent your underlying Kusama. You can transfer it during the bounding period. And the other one is VS bound. VS bound is in order to build a pending order market for parachain rewards without liquidity. So actually, that's the kind of NFT unique for different parachains, which also represent you contributed for the parachain, so you can get the parachain reward during the bounding period, and that's very easy to understand that. So VS token is the utility feature of you underlying Kusama. You can sell it or you can buy it. You can treat it as a utility token. And the other one VS bound is the NFT, which represent you actually contributed for the parachain, and you can get the parachain reward during the lease period. So if you want to withdraw this you underlying Kusama at the end of the lease period, so you need to use the compound of VS token and VS bound together and burn them into the SALP, and you will get you underlying assets one-on-one peg. So that's the whole procedure of how to generate the derivatives and how can you use it and how it retired. So from actually the technically architecture, that's Bifrost actually established the delegating account on Bifrost side and relay chain side, and we actually use the XCM UMP transact for contributing by users. So if anyone contribute from Bifrost side, actually you are calling the Bifrost SALP and transact to the relay chain Crowdloan account by using the XCM UMP transact. Actually, that's totally decentralized, and Bifrost will confirm the information that you contribution is the success or fail the information back to the relay chain and back to the parachain, and you will finish the whole procedure of the contribution. So each one parachain who we want to actually support it is to going through the governance, and people have the order to decide which parachain can be supported by SALP and which can register on a Bifrost side, and you can contribute for the parachain and get the derivative for the parachain. Right. So yeah. So here's the the exciting point that we can take a look on SALP liquidity protocol demo, and here's some several pictures, and here is the contributing list dashboard of the contributing, same as the Pocto.js, and you can contribute on this side and you can get the derivative, or you can add more votes you want to contribute. And here's what I mentioned is that you can put in VS Kusama and VS bound compound and redeem VS token. Here's the market. So yeah, let's take a look on the live about the Crowdloan steps. So so let me share my screen, please. Right. So
Good, Tyrone?
Hello. Hi. Yeah.
Hey, you're still good?
Right. So I might actually share my screen here.
You are, yeah. We can see it in full screen.
Right. Sure. Yeah. So yeah, here's the Bifrost app, and yeah, a parachain design for staking liquidity. It's easy to understand, and let's get started. And the first page is that you can check your BNC rewards. Yeah, maybe if you join the first batch of the some parachain, and Bifrost wins the fifth parachain, and maybe some of you actually contributed for us, and very thank you. And you can check your BNC reward from here. So right, if you check it, you can get a list from where you get the BNC. But yeah, it's naturally not for me, right? So let's take into the dashboard, and that's two main products that Bifrost actually did. This the first one, Crowdloan, is what we talked about. Actually, the underlying technical palette is SLP, and we use the SLP to do the virtual Crowdloan and to release your liquidity. So actually, this one is the testnet of Bifrost, and some of the data is not for real. So if you want to vote it, and we click the vote now, and in the near future, we will open the staking product for staking liquidity. For example, that's V token, V dot and V Kusama to represent your staking liquidity. So let's go vote for the Crowdloan, right? So at the first page, we can see that here are some Crowdloan projects and power threads, and their live data can be displayed here. So if we join the auction, yeah, we can see that list of the parachain. Actually, they are doing the Crowdloan, but unfortunately, thing is that the actually the test chain is under upgrading. So maybe we cannot test the contribute here, but yeah, instead we can take a look on the full steps about how you contribute and how you get the derivatives and how you redeem it. So the foremost steps is that you contribute for a parachain, but I cannot click here. If you contribute for a parachain, and you will get the VS bound and VS Kusama, and that's that's actually two tokens here. If you contribute one Kusama, and you can get one VS Kusama and one VS bound here, and if you click any one of it, you can see the detail data of it, and you can do the functions about transfer, redeem, cross in or cross out, cross chain functions. So let's take it back to it. If I'm a if I'm a newbie for a Bifrost, to initially I use the Bifrost product, I need to do the cross chain and cross my Kusama to Bifrost chain, and I can use my Kusama to contribute, and I can get a VS Kusama and a VS bound. And during the auction, I can swap my VS Kusama and to receive maybe the QSD for the liquidity during the auction, or I can join the liquidity mining to put in my VS Kusama and VS bound, and to get the reward from the parachain set. And more interesting thing is that we can do the farming for the project. So if you want to, maybe you want to contribute for Bifrost or such as Davinia, and if Bifrost support for it, and we will have some both reward. There's BNC and ring together. So if you lock your VS Kusama and VS bound, the VS bound represent you actually contribute for Davinia, and you can get the reward from Bifrost and Davinia. So that's the the derivative mining on the farmer set. And there is another card. It cannot be shown here, but that's actually early bird farming before a parachain wins the auction. That will be very interesting. So before they wins the auction, users will also have chance to put into the VS Kusama and VS bound here. But the VS Kusama and VS bound cannot be transferred, but you can use it for the for the derivative mining. And if the parachain lose the auction, and you still can get the reward from it. And that's the the advantage of Bifrost SALP supported parachain. So what if you want to actually sell or buy some VS bound from the market? So it's from here. You will see VS bound represent different parachains. Here's the Bifrost and Basilisk. So you can see actually some information about as the 2022 that represent the year and the time, and when the parachain starts and it will retire, and what's the parachain is it, and what's the relay chain from it, and the name of the VS bound. So you can get some information to actually directly connect with the parachain. And if you click on it, we can jump into the VS bound market, and that's the pending order market. You can list your VS bound, or you can offer it for you want to buy some VS bound on the market. And if you can get the equal number of VS bound or VS token, so you can finally redeem your underlying assets. Maybe it's not used, but if you buy some VS Kusama and VS bound, you can redeem the Kusama underlying Kusama one-on-one from the redeem side, or you can also do the flash redeem or swap. Actually, flash redeem is the banker pool on Bifrost set, which give you actually a curve that reduce the liquidity loss from it, and instead, or you can do the the AMM swap on the external pool. That's the Zenlink pool on Bifrost set. So you have three options, and that's the the more utility for the Kusama and derivative for it. And finally, we will onboarding this staking in the near future, and it's not been completely developed. And here's some the demo. You can see that V.dot and VETH we did actually in the first 2 quarters in 2022, and which accumulate about 400 million market cap, and which will be burned, which will be taken to the parachain ecosystem in the near future when the bridge has complete. So yeah, that's it. That's the demo thing. And right, let's okay, right. So the Bifrost SALP actually implementation is on the innovative derivative product design by our team after in-depth investigation of user needs and researching. So in Polkadot, the multi-chain ecosystem, that the architecture separates the canonicity and validity, which establish a bridge mutual and to echo the feature and the different and differentiate the feature are derived, and which promotes the derivative to obtain sufficient liquidity while lowering the barrier for users to participate. And we believe that SALP will be creative product in DeFi ecosystem when Polkadot slot auction is officially started, and we are all expecting for it, as SALP will also be applied for the first time in Bifrost upcoming second batch, and actually that's 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th parachain. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks for your time. That's the demo, but sorry for the actually we are under the upgrading on the on the test chain.
Great, thank you so much, Tyrone. Looks like a lot of positive comments. People are liking the layout and the UI, and I think it looks really sexy. So great work by your team so far.
Right, it is. For sure. Thanks, host. And sorry I missed some comments during my speech. And yeah, here I'm really see it. And thanks for you. Thanks for your comments. That's excellent, amazing, guys. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Tyrone. Great presentation. Next up, who is ready to party? Alex Melikov is coming on from Equilibrium and Genshiro to talk about the Genshiro launch to celebrate. So super exciting. Stay tuned for that in a few seconds.
So am I leaving now?
You're out, Tyrone. Have a great day.
Right. Cheers.